Hi.
How's everyone been this week? How are you all doing? Like, it's all crazy. Are you all completely confined to the house and going mad?
I felt a bit flat today, actually. I've had a funny day. I think it's sort of just sinking in, and the last couple of days, the weather's been brilliant, so that's really helped. And I was thinking, what is it going to be like when we get 3 days of rain and crap and we can't go outside? Because my garden is my sanctuary right now. It's only small, but it's everything to me. I mean, Liz has 5 times the size of my garden, so she's probably trotting a horse around in a paddock or something. But, you know.
How did you know?
Yeah, I knew. Yeah. She has acreage. I have I
don't have any
really
flowers.
jog
I
around
have
mine.
lots of greenery. You have all the
Beautiful.
flowers.
I love your garden. It's stunning.
I think it. As long as you have some outside space. I mean, I was feeling really sorry for anybody that has like kids of any age, but young kids especially, and if they're like stuck in, they've got no outside space, if they're in flats and stuff like that, and oh my god, and then they're supposed to be homeschooling and they can't go to work and they must be going absolutely mad. But you're right, like the garden is just brilliant. I've brought loads of seeds for the kids to plant, and we're going to go and sort it out tomorrow and just have a bit of fun out there and have a bit of a sunflower competition.
Nice. Oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to do tomato plants, which I've never done, and I'm going to do salads. I'm going to do lots of rocket and kind of different salads, because the more you pick them, the more they grow. So I just thought that's going to be, we can
that's a good idea.
Let's face it, this is going to go on till June at least. So she's back.
It might even go longer. They've prepared us all for the fact schools might not even go back until September. So because they're going to do like gradual reintroduction, aren't they, of life?
Yeah, I didn't hear about that, but I mean, my son's in between. He's in his middle year between. So he's in his first year of A levels. So he's kind of thinking he's got the worst of it, but actually he just has to work a bit harder, I think, and then he'll, hopefully be able to take his exams next year. But it's massive, isn't it?
Wouldn't it be a really good idea if they actually brought the next school year forward? If it does kind of stop over the summer, and they said, okay, we're going to start maybe mid-August, even 2 or 3 weeks to make up for it. They can finish off the end of this year, get them back up to scratch, and then start again in September.
Great idea.
Wouldn't that be a really good idea?
Yeah.
I bet they won't do it because it's men.
I'll send them an email today. Yeah.
Liz, maybe they will, because they're so over just being surrounded by family and friends. And like, we just need to get the kids out. We need to get the kids out.
And to be honest, I think the kids are going to be like, get us out of the house. They're going to be like, get away from my folks. Like, I want to see my mates. Honestly, like it must be hard for teenagers to even deal with kind of being so enclosed, because we all remember being teenagers and not really wanting to spend much time with our folks, really. We're like, we're just
that's true. But at least they have their phones to escape on and their whatevers. They can sit in their room and look at a screen, which is probably what they'd do anyway, even if they were in a park with all their friends.
Well, actually, my son FaceTimed his best friend, and they did an hour's maths today. So he's being very good. I know, proud mummy. I know. But he's trying to keep to the schedule he would normally have if he was in school, and we'll see how long it lasts.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty amazing. That's credit for you, love. Definitely.
Well, he's just he wants to. He feels a bit lost without the routine of going in every day, and just got used to sixth form really, and then it's all been it's all gone. So interesting.
I think that's what's hard. It's like no one's got a routine now. It's just the mayhem, and I function. I like my routine. I like to know where I'm supposed to be, what time meal time is.
You kind of have to. You have to when they're young, though, because I used to feel like when mine were kind of your little one's age, that come 6:30, you're going half an hour, and then he'll be in bed half an hour. And if there's any like reason for a late night, you're kind of like, come on, get to bed. So you have to have a bit of routine. But I'm kind of easing mine slowly into a routine. like this week we've done bits of schoolwork, and we did a thing today where Granny was on and all the cousins were on, and Granny read them out a recipe and they had to have everything ready, and they baked cupcakes with Granny, like via the house party thing. The house party
yes,
that's pretty good as well. So
do you know, I think one thing, when we come out the other end of this, we are going to be so much more adept at these kind of things.
Yeah,
definitely.
Us oldies who have no idea. Vicky, I'm counting you in with me, I'm afraid.
Absolutely, that's all right.
We have no. I've learned about house party this week. Zoom I've done before. That's fine. I'm an old hat. But house party is like, you don't click on it. I clicked on it the other day when I was in the bathroom, just walking through the bathroom. I wasn't doing anything, but I clicked on it the other day and thought, oh my God, it's something. I felt like it was going to go live. It's not like this where you have to organise it. It's like if there's somebody else there, they could say hello and you'll be.
Yeah, see, my friend actually invited me. My younger friends, like all of my really close friends, are like 10 years younger than me. So they're like early 30s, and my friend was like, "Oh, why don't you just download House Party?" I was like, "Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know what I'm going to put myself up for," because she's there like on TikTok, like doing weird stories and stuff. I'm like, I don't know what TikTok is. Like, I'm not doing that.
Over the head.
Oh, Vic, it makes me so good to hear you say that.
Honestly.
I'd never heard of House Party till last weekend. So there you go. Didn't have a clue. But I was also thinking about this and thinking, if we were in this situation like when we were teenagers, well, me and Liz anyway, and we had no communication. I mean, I used to get into trouble with my dad for being on the phone to my best friend for like 40 minutes, and he'd go, "What the fuck, the phone bill? What are you doing?
You left them 15 minutes ago at school. Why do you need to talk to them again?" Yeah.
I went on holiday. We went to Florida once, and I phoned my best friend for like 2 hours in London. I was in such trouble.
I used to cost like about £2 a minute.
Yeah, I know. But it's that thing of, the fact is we can all see faces. I mean, I feel so much better just seeing some faces tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what if 20 years ago, I mean, everyone would have really gone mad because you can't see anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. So, Lizzie's doing her nails.
Yeah.
Thanks, Liz.
Did anyone see the news about that woman that was doing a meeting and went for a wee? And she had the thing, laptop, and she went and had a wee, and it was like 20 of her colleagues were all on the thing, and she didn't place the screenwrite, and you can see her. It's like gone viral, and you can see her can't have a wee.
Liz, don't go for a wee. Don't go for a wee with your phone.
You don't know what's going to happen. Oh my God.
That is terrible.
Actually,
bless her.
Liz was the first florist I ever met who had perfect nails. I have terrible nails, but I don't paint my nails.
Awful.
Look at my nails.
Look at them. Oh, why aren't they painted?
Because they're a week over being done.
Yeah, Liz has got no nail technician now, I'm afraid. It's everyone for themselves. Every woman for themselves.
Yeah.
I'm really glad I have my roots done.
So they're not going to break.
We're going to have roots, and we're going to have mono brows, and we're going to have bad nails.
The one thing I'll never have is a monobrow. That's a given. That's shaming without this on. I need to talk to Miriam. Miriam, are you still there?
I feel bad I can't see you.
I'm still here.
Oh, Miriam's gone. Where did Miriam go? Oh, there she is.
My phone ran out of battery, so I had to recharge. Back in the room.
So, Miriam, how are you doing without Gales?
I'm freaking out, honestly.
Oh,
it's just
God,
awful.
yes.
My daily Venoiserie hit.
Yeah.
She's a bad girl.
We have a serious
bad habit. Yeah.
We can't do flowers without it.
The thing was, when we had a whole summer booked of lovely weddings, and Maz and Liz and I, we were going to see each other every week, and we were going to have viennoiserie, we were going to have coffee and tea and everything, and now it's all been taken away from us. It was all planned, perfect Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
We're gonna have
but I'm scared now. It's just going to be August, September, October of just utter nuts where we just
and November, hopefully. Yes, hopefully.
I've already decided I've cancelled Christmas. I'm not doing it. I can't do Christmas.
How's everyone's diary looking now? Is it like super chock-a-block now, tail end of the year, or people are moving stuff from this year to 2021? How's it all looking?
It's a bit of both,
it's a mixture.
Really.
Yeah, it's a mixture.
You see, I don't do my own. I just freelance now. I had a business for 10 years, and that was 5 years ago. and really Liz has kept me in work. So and it doesn't feel like work, really, so it's nice. And so I don't have that issue. I have one wedding that I might do one a year. So I feel grateful that I haven't got to go through that mind fuck basically of reorganization, because I'm reading it all on forums and seeing what people are having to do and just seeing, I don't know how you're going to cope when you get double booked and all of that, and it goes, the photographer can do it, but
what we've said is that, I mean, as Ali, who is a friend of ours who runs a shop down in Banstead called Mad Lily's, you'll know them, and they're fab. And I was helping her last weekend for Mother's Day, which was hysterical and really good fun. It was just mad. There was a lot of that, I'll tell you. The only way we could get through. But we've said with that, and with Miriam and with Charlotte and everyone, anything that moves, we just put it in. We put it in. And if there are doubles, we will help each other. In our
real group, teamwork will come to the fore.
Yeah. Miriam and I both posted our weddings. My wedding in April had been changed, and Miriam's one in May had been changed. And she went, "Yay, mine's on October 3rd." And I went, "Yay, so's mine." Like, of all the dates, But we'll do it. There's enough people, there's enough freelancers, we'll make it, even if we all work together and just do it, we will make it work, we'll make it happen. We're not going to let our clients down. They're expecting us to be here. The venues are the ones that are being difficult because they obviously don't want to give away a prime date next spring or later in the year that they could sell again, and I understand that, but they're not being very good to their clients, really. But we can do more than one at a time. They can't. So
So what?
I think it's a real case of everyone coming together.
Yeah. So when people are trying to like rebook for later in the year, what kind of dates are everyone kind of working from? Because no one knows at the moment.
I've now got a full October.
Okay, so did you think
nothing in October?
Do you think like from August?
Can't go on holiday now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had a May one go into August. I think she's being a bit wishful thinking, but we'll see. We'll see. She's put it for August the 6th. That's the earliest redone.
Yeah, and then most of the others August. I'm going to worry about August so far. I'm going to try.
Have you moved things to August?
No. I've got early in the year bookings that are all pushed to possibly next year, and then my next ones after that are like September, so hopefully the September one will be okay. But I'm just worried about there seems to be so many people kind of rebooking, and I don't know when you're supposed to kind of feel it's safe to rebook too.
I don't know. I mean, this is what I'm saying, that the one who's rebooked for August, or she's given me the date of August, I think that might be a bit early, but I don't know. I'm fingers crossed. I'm hoping it's done by then. But that was when she said August the 6th. I said, yeah, I'm around. I can do it. That's fine. But okay, I didn't say anything, but I thought that could be a bit early. Yeah. But then all the others have gone for September the 19th. It's a busy date. I don't know why that date, but it's like, but that's fine.
I'm free to freelance if you need me.
Excellent.
Hang on a second. Do not you're in already. Okay, you are yet. I'm checking my diary.
Okay.
And then October. I had nothing in October. Every weekend now in October I've got something.
You're not free.
Okay, I'm not free. Is that right?
You're not
Six bags at me.
Have you got one, Vicky?
Unless it all goes down the shit pan by September. You never know.
Yeah.
God, let's
Liz,
my biggest
can you not go mushrooming then in Dartmoor? You won't be going to Dartmoor.
Well, I don't know.
You will.
Unless I can find a really nice freelancer that could do it for me.
Yeah. I know the deal.
Exactly. Yeah, and but also, I mean, you guys will find this as well, I'm sure, and Miriam too. You will find people that have said no to you before. Like last year, they said, no, I'm not going to use you for next year. Sorry, I found somebody else. One has come back to me and said, my wonderful florist I booked can't do my new date. I wondered if you were still free. And I really felt like saying, but I didn't. I said, yes.
No, we can't.
Come along. Yeah.
Yes, I can do that. I have to check my diary, Okay. So I think there will be, although we're losing some.
Okay.
But the other thing is is you're going to have to go through the whole design again, because they can't have a peony fest because there won't be any. They can't have sweet peas, whatever's around. So you're going to have to talk. Each one's going to have a new palette of flowers, isn't it?
Yeah.
As long as it's ivory brush and dark pops, I'm fine.
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously.
And listen, if as long as it's not dusky pink, then I'm all right.
Yeah, exactly. We'll
It's
give those
also,
to Miriam.
Because in October it's such a different palette.
Yeah.
It's going to be strange. I mean, you don't. Yeah. I mean, obviously that you can get dark scabious still, and you can get David Austin roses just
right,
about. But you know, it's going to be an odd one, isn't it?
Do you think
I had I've got a June bride who messaged me a couple of days ago, and she wants to move her date to the 2nd of January.
No.
Oh. Why?
That's very different.
I know. I was like, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, you can. I was like, look, I'm free, but it is.
I'll be hungover.
Really bad. Well, I won't be. Yeah. Well, let's be fair, I won't be. But it's just a bad time to try and get anything in, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. Is that the date she's been given, or has she chosen it?
She's been given it. Basically, her venue, they refused to reschedule her date because she's gone in quite early. But so June the 6th, they didn't want to but she wanted to reschedule. They said, we're not going to reschedule, we're going to hold you off. And she was like, look, I've just had a baby. So she randomly got pregnant. So she's got a baby who's like a month old. She's like, look, I cannot deal with the stress of having to reschedule closer to the time. So she said, look, I'm going to postpone the wedding, but I cannot give you a date in my mind of when I want to reschedule, because I don't know what's going to be going on. Yeah. And they were like, well, if you do that, if you don't give us a date, then your wedding's cancelled with us. So she's having to look for a new venue.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh.
No.
So the venue wouldn't move her.
They would move her, but she had to tell them within, it was something like a 10-day timeline of the date that she wanted.
I'm sure that's
and it
illegal.
Don't know. But she's like, well, you know, whatever. Her the most important things for her are the flowers and the photographer. And she said, as long as I can kind of work with, you know.
Hi, Mr. Liz.
Hello.
I can't see. Hang on. Is there an extra person here?
No, he's at the back of the room.
Oh. I was looking for an extra square. Like, where is that person?
Timing?
We don't know what we're timing.
Oh, hello.
What do we think?
I see you now.
It speaks as well. What do we think? Another half an hour or so? I don't know how long we do.
Yeah.
Hello.
Silver Fox. Hi.
It's true.
Don't encourage him, please.
It's true. I can't get away from it.
This is Vic.
Hello, Vic.
Hello. This is Jess.
Hello, Jess.
This is Vicky, who you know.
Hello.
And hiding at the back is Miriam.
Oh. Hello. And you've all got your gin?
Yes, I've got lager.
Lager. Oh, okay. Okay, right. Well, I'm going to phone the place in 15 minutes, and I'm going to go and get some.
Okay, I may have fish and chips.
Oh, what are you having?
That's fine.
Ooh,
fish and chips.
Nice.
It's something that doesn't come out of a small square box and go in the microwave, so I don't really care.
What an excellent man you've got there.
So, Liz, what's happening with you? Liz, what's happening with your bill?
Normal, please. Cotton chips. Thank you very much.
Nice sound, right?
No, sounds good. Thank you.
Miriam, where are you? You haven't fallen off your chair, have you?
Me? No, I'm here. Where's
Miriam. Oh, she's there.
The essentials. My son's been using my phone all day to watch Bing. So
hate Bing.
My battery.
What's that?
Bing.
Honestly, it's hell on
Don't
earth.
even children's TV.
Oh, the joys, the memories. Oh.
Does that work?
I just want to. We were all talking about weddings. I just want to ask something. Do you lot reckon when all the weddings start up again, everyone's going to be so busy? Do you reckon prices are going to go mad?
You're up the wrong way, Miriam.
Here we go. Technical issues.
You're back.
I'm back. I'm in the zone. Do you think prices will go up? I'm scared that because of supply, because so much is going to waste, all of a sudden everyone's going to be having the wedding on the same day, that actually the flower prices are going to go crazy.
Because they're going to need to recoup some of their money, aren't they, from all the flowers that they've lost as well. So, you know, because all these flowers that they've and all these growers have they can't sell their flowers for. And I was just thinking all these quotes I've got of people that are postponing, and do you think I need to re-quote?
I think you may have a point in that some of the prices might go up because there will be demand, but if anything, it will be us scaling back, because if we've already quoted, I mean, I've got, you know, things that I've quoted for now, I don't think I could realistically go back to them and say, say it's $5,000, let's just round figure. I don't think I could go back to them and say it's going to be 20% more because the prices have gone up. What I'll have to do is make the best of what I can get to make the same look, which might, there's no flower count at that stage anyway, so nobody really knows, but as long as it looks right. But our difficulty is going to be making it look the same, or very, you know, similar to how it would have done a year ago or 6 months ago.
Have you had anyone have you had anyone who's approached you who said, look, we are rescheduling our date to 2021 from 2020, we understand that there may be a price increase?
Nobody has said that, no. I don't think they're thinking about it.
I don't think they'd
had one client do that.
Oh, really? Right.
Oh, they sound lovely.
They were kind. They were very, very kind. Yeah, they were very kind. But I wasn't sure if I mean, that was one. But I wasn't sure if anyone had any of that. I think it is a lovely thing to do, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, maybe you've just got to realise that the profit margin might dip a bit, and then just quote high for next year and try and recoup, you know, because I think everyone's going to be in the same situation. I mean,
exactly.
I think everyone was kind of braced for Brexit causing a price rise anyway. So, and maybe you reflected that in your quotes. I know. I was thinking that. Oh, let's go back to Brexit. Oh,
I miss Brexit so
What is Brexit? I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you're making a really good point, because actually the brides or the couples who are getting married in 2021, they're going to have Brexit plus the fallout from Corona. Like, actually, that's probably going to be the toughie. And I think for anything that I'm quoting for then, I am putting an extra safety net, because I just do not know what to expect, and I still want to deliver what they're expecting. So I don't want them to show up and go, oh, that's my biggest fear. So I have to make sure that we can deliver.
Give them all the
I've read some horror stories.
When you say
some horror stories on the phone, are
you putting on a like a percentage safety net? How are you working that?
It depends. If I'm working with a wedding planner, I'm just having very frank conversations, being like, we don't know. So and then it's more like verbal to the bride to be like, look, this is the idea that we're working off. It's going to be X amount. When it's closer to the time, we can really finalize that. But I need you to have like a rough idea. And then if it's just, well, I haven't actually done it yet for just like bride directly with me. It's always been through a wedding planner. But I just think managing expectations is so important. And I mean, I'm flying off the seat of my pants here. This is so new, such new territory for us all, that I just being really honest and open, being like, I don't know how this is going to affect prices. This is my estimate, or this is my idea of where we're going. And then we need to just allow for room.
That's a brilliant thing to do. And I think that like, we all need to take a little bit of that on board, don't we? No one has been in this situation. Like, no one had been in Brexit, but no one had been in coronavirus. It's like a mixture. like Corona Brexit. No one's been in this weird situation, and I think we all have to be really, really honest with our clients that we are booking now, as well as amending our T's and C's and like working through those. I
think everyone's T's and C's are going to have some special clauses in them now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we're all going to be going for like professional legal advice on our T's and C's. Like, there must be a company out there that can basically draft it all, charge us a fee, we'll all pay it, we'll have like watertight T's and C's. Like, honestly, because I don't even know, I can't even think how to
there is
it.
There is, oh God, what's she called? Stanford
Gould, Heather Stanford Gould.
That's it. Yeah, I was talking about her on an earlier call with a couple of planners and things.
Yeah.
And she has very good templates, but then they're quite basic templates. But you can then get her to personalize them. They're quite expensive if you personalize and bespoke them, but they're worth having. Something.
Good idea.
I found out actually from her. Found out about her through another podcast and the business proposal. And I think she had an episode on there where she was chatting about different law stuff. And then all of a sudden she started popping up in my Facebook, and she's been really, really brilliant as a source of information for everyone in the industry. I think certainly for T's and C's and how you can deal with frustrated contracts and stuff like that.
Yes.
So yeah, she's
exactly
great. She's been great.
Yeah, she is good.
I need some help. I don't know how to word it at all. Oh, it's all very scary. I just want to go outside and go to the shop. That would be quite nice. Don't worry about the T's and C's.
Listen, Jess is all right. She's gonna be growing like shard or whatever in her garden.
I've got a rainbow shard.
Rainbow shard. That is amazing. You can pick it when it's young. Pick it and use it like salad.
Well, that's what I'm planning to do, but I've just had all these seeds delivered today that from Sarah Raven, and I've brought loads of things to eat, so peas and beans and things that will grow quite quickly, and then chard and salads and stuff, but I've ordered a lot of flowers as well. So
good.
So do you think we're all going to have a drink problem in 4 months' time, if we don't already. We're all going to be really healthy though, because we're going to start eating lots of salad.
We're going to be really thin. Yeah.
And we're all doing. Who's doing exercising? I know you're doing Les Mis. Liz is doing some weird theatrical thing. I'm not quite sure what that's all about.
Les Mills.
Yeah. I'm getting familiar with my.
Les Mis. So funny.
I'm getting familiar with my.
I was crying yesterday listening to that, reading that conversation. My husband kept saying to me, "What are you talking about?" And so I can't explain unless you will read it. It doesn't make sense. I'd said I was doing Les Mills things, and they wrote it. They read it as Les Mis.
Well, Maz did. It wasn't me. I knew all about
crinolines and crinolines and lace long skirts and doing hit in the long skirt. Oh God. Juveniles. Fucking juveniles.
I just thought, oh my gosh, I thought I knew Liz, but I had no idea she really loved musicals.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, this is awful.
Well, when you said the Les Mis workout, I got all excited. I was like, oh,
is there one?
It's very theatrical.
Let's do that one.
This is the last day I had to do it with the builders in the next room, which that was challenging as well.
Oh,
so what's happening with the build? Can they still? Or do you have a hole in your house? What's happening?
No, they boarded everything up.
It's a draft.
Big draft. There's a big draft. They boarded everything up, and Skip's gone, and it's all kind of hunky dory. But they haven't finished anything. But we're kind of tidy. It's tidy but messy. Okay. But it's because they can't get any more supplies. All the supply places, Chewson's and Travis Perkins, have all closed down. So even though they say construction can carry on, clearly it can't if you can't get your materials. So that's it. So you're a bit stuck. So we'll see. They'll come back. But we've got half a house decorated and half a building site. So
warm rooms.
So what's everybody doing for? What have you got? Any new hobbies? I mean, I'm starting to knit a tank top for the summer. Believe it or not. I just wondered. It's probably going to look better than it sounds.
Yeah.
Be very careful where the holes are.
No. It's quite. Yeah, it's not a string vest by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I haven't got the boobs for that. But I was just wondering what people were doing, because I have fragile mental health at times, and it's a struggle, and it's going to get harder. And I'm just thinking, what are you? I mean, I'm trying to get into a book, but today I just couldn't. I couldn't focus, and I just kept scrolling on my phone, which makes me pissed off. And I just thought, what are you all doing? what things do you want to do, or it's the slowing down of the pace, isn't it?
I'm drinking a lot more than I normally do.
Me too, and I don't want to, but I am.
I am going to pick up my crochet hooks.
Nice.
I am. I'm going to start. Yeah, I'm going to start crocheting. I taught myself how to crochet when I was pregnant, because I was so bored once I'd gone into maternity leave, and I was going mad. So I just made blankets, loads and loads of blankets. So I'm gonna do that. That's going to be something that's going to be healing for me, I think, because I'm going slowly mad. But that's me. That and beer.
They say you need to activate the left and the right of your brain. So by using both hands, you're activating the left and the right. So if you're drawing, baking, kneading, crocheting, knitting, so stuff like that. So I've taken up colouring.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love colouring. I love it.
We want to see.
I'm like, why not?
Have you got any colouring going on? Show us your colouring. Got any colouring? Go get the colouring.
Show us.
Oh no.
Show and tell.
I'm going to be honest, my art teacher, when we were choosing what we had to do for GCSEs, took me aside and was like, please do not do art, you will not pass. I was like,
surprising.
Yeah, that is surprising, actually.
What? Flowers, like flowers.
Is it within the lines?
Creative.
Is it within the lines, at least?
No, I can't even draw within the lines. Like, it looks like I've done it with my left hand and I'm right-handed, like my right hand. I can't do it. So,
I have started a diary, because I thought, I've called it my COVID-19 lockdown diary, and I started it on day one because I thought actually it would be a really interesting time capsule, and I want to, my son to have it, like when I'm gone. Oh wow, what's this?
These are my baskets that I haven't had down since my son was born, but there are some little squares that I
those. I love
Christmas presents. There you go.
Listen, I'm going to do a big retro blanket. Look.
Lovely.
Anyway, I've got loads of wool, so if anyone wants a weird coloured crochet blanket, then
I really
very small one.
Yeah, me.
Actually, a friend of mine made bunting with, so she crocheted triangles and she made fab bunting. So that's
I haven't worked out how to do a triangle. I can do a circle and a square.
All right, we'll do square bunting then.
Square bunting.
So your challenge, Vic, is to learn how to do triangles.
Fine.
Yes, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, we want to see triangles in a month's time, please.
Fine.
A week.
Oh, all right, a week.
A day. Come on, a day.
Oh.
What else are you doing?
Listen, I am doing a lot of stuff with my son that involves like sand, water,
Spider-Man,
Henry Hoover,
and Spider-Man. Yeah.
So, sorry, no time for triangle bunting, I'm afraid.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what? I could think of so many things I would like to do as a hobby. Vic, I brought the Teach Yourself crochet book and a crochet hook and wool and have never even had a chance to open it. I've recently thought I wanted to start drawing and painting again, so I brought loads of coloured inks and brushes and pens. Haven't had them out because my kids are 9 and 11 and I'm supposed to now teach them from home. Honestly,
you've got a lot on your plate.
Going well. It's not going well.
Are you doing the PE with Joe Wicks thing?
Yes, we are, and I'm doing it.
Everyone's doing that.
Yeah, he's great. He's really, really good, and he gets them fired up in the morning. And I've been doing it as well. So doing a bit, getting myself back into a bit of exercise. It's been a long time. And
is it good? Is it good? Because I did hear about people like, oh, it's amazing.
He's really, really good.
And my little one, or not really?
Yeah, because he's they are proper exercises. It's a proper HIIT session. So if you're an older kid or an adult, you can really get loads from it. But because he's making it really fun. Like yesterday he was doing Spider-Man, side lunges, but with the arm movement, he was bouncing off the wall, and all the kids are like, yeah. So even if they can't do the moves, they're moving, and he's a really good guy. And his little baby toddled on and did some stretches with him today as well, and we were all like that. Oh look, it's so cute. So yeah, I would just do it. But did it really hard the first 2 days because I was like, I can do this. It's like for kids. And yesterday I could hardly sit down on the loo. My thigh burn was like
brilliant.
Yeah. Take it easy.
But yeah, I was listening to the radio or reading something, I can't remember what it was, but somebody was saying that all these people that now have kids at home and they've got to homeschool them, just take it easy. Don't think you can be the headmaster from day one and have, you know, a timetable for it. It's an adjustment for everyone, for the kids and for you and for everybody else. You've got to have a bit of, I was never very good at having routine with my son when he was growing up, because I was a bit like, oh, which you'd find very surprising, Vicky, I know. But, you know, I think it is important to have a bit of, so I think the Joe Wicks thing is great because it gets you up and active and doing something. And then you can have breakfast after that and then do a bit. And then it's kind of like mum's time and kids' time and everything else. But you can't do 8 hours or 7 hours or whatever the time they spend at school now. You'd all go mad.
And I don't know all that kind of stuff. All I can do is kind of keep them going with their reading and writing and do maths worksheets that the school have sent home or whatever online. But it's like they've been watching this, like the Blue Planet today, and I just set them a challenge. They needed to find out 5 amazing facts, and like, there you go.
Exactly.
That's it. You're doing it.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah. And it just, that's like that's modern comprehension, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Good. I'm good at that.
Well, I'm just making that up. But, you know, when you read these my son could never do comprehension because it was like, you know, Joe has 3 balloons and Susan has 4 yellow balloons. How many red balloons are there? And he'd go, it's 5 o'clock. You know, he had no idea how to work comprehension. He just couldn't do it. His brain didn't work. He couldn't do that. But give him something practical to do and he'd be fine. You know, if he got watch something, he'd be fine. But reading the thing, working it out, he couldn't do. So watching something and saying, right, okay, what was the animal before last? Or you know, how many animals are there on this? Or it means that they're going to pay attention. And that's what you want them to do. Pay attention to shit.
Pay attention to shit.
Yeah, that's it.
I sent my son on a scavenger hunt today because I needed a bit of peace actually.
Send him.
Wise, love that idea.
House. I was like, find me a toy.
Liverpool.
The other side of the earth. Find me a toy with wheels. Find me your favourite film. Get me a noisy book. And that went on. Pour me a drink. Massage my shoulders. No. But
well, tonight's project is cocktails.
Yeah, scavenger hunt. That went on for like an hour. That was amazing. Apart from when all of the stuff that he found was on my dining table. Yeah. And then he didn't want to put it back.
That's the next lesson. Yeah.
Yeah.
how
to unite things that went together once.
Yeah, I gave him a biscuit and then everything went back fine.
Perfect. It is really hard, isn't it? It's just, you know, trying to keep your mind active. Like before we all came on, Vic was saying how she's had a really crap day, feeling really crap, and I've been feeling really flat and crap today. And Vicky, you said that as well, didn't you? It's just going to be a really long, hard time where we're all going to feel a bit rubbish.
Yeah.
Well, it must have been the day 3 blues or something, a bit like after you have had a baby, where the 3rd day you're over the sort of the sort of newness. You're just like, oh, this is it for the foreseeable, and just coming to. But you know, it's going to feel like a long time if this is going on for 12 weeks, whatever. Whether they can lighten the restrictions after 6 weeks, I don't know, but I'd rather that they didn't, because we want to get rid of it. So we